mental disability has a very broad range. And so you really could pick different nuances to play with.
When Sean came down to start his research, we took him to LA Gold, and he would notice the walk of that man and the hand gestures of this man, and I could see him just slowly picking the pieces of Sam up, but with great respect for them.
But I really went just to be around people who face the kinds of things that the character in the story faces and find whatever was the kind of music of the part.
I want to talk to you about your legal rights, okay?
Okay.
So,
there's room at this table if anybody wants to sit next to me, okay?
I just want to...
For me, I always think with creative people that there are classical musicians and there are jazz musicians. And I put Sean heavily in this category of a jazz musician. They give it to you as written, and then they, like Coltrane or any of the great artists, begin to do variations on the theme and explore and kind of see how far they can go, where they can take it.
Why isn't Lucy going home with me? I want her to go home with me, okay?
You can't hire Sean Penn and two developmentally disabled actors and not think you're going to get some things that deviate from what's on the page.
Sean was constantly surprising me with his improvisations. He's got 6 dogs yanking at him, and he's working with a child, but all of that spontaneity feeds him.
Okay, Dino, sit down. Sit. Good boy. Yeah. Bobby, you sit down, because you could be the example for everybody. Sit. See? And if you can rub your face on it, it'll be like face painting in a carnival. And you can get a cat face. Sit down, except you have to watch out for Pepe. Good boy, sit down, Garth. Okay, sit. Hi, Pepe. You can stay on your feet because you're so small anyway.
Often the improvisations would, add a brilliant little comic touch to a moment. Even the impulse to fall down the stairs with the cake. And I remember thinking, we're going to shoot with 2 cameras and pray God we get it on the first take. He's so Sam in the moment that he's not thinking, I gave a funny line or I gave an extraordinary ending. He's just there. He's there responding.
No, I don't want French toast. I want French pancakes like at IHOP. The same kind, just the same kind like they have at IHOP.
Okay, we don't have French pancakes.
I was so excited because every day he would ad-lib.
That's what I want to have, please. Thank you.
Okay, we don't have that though, sir.
Okay, thank you.
And you're just like, order something else, Dad. Move on. They're those thin pancakes.
Oh, the crepe pancakes?
I don't even want crepes. I want to have French pancakes with the fruit topping on the side.
He began to unravel a little more and a little more and a little more, and it was getting quite edgy and really, really interesting.
Do you want just regular pancakes and then I can bring you jam?
I don't want something else. Why did you ask me that?
Finally, at the end of that take, he yelled, "Ask Bob! Ask Bob's big boy!" And it's the most brilliant button on that scene.
Okay, I'm gonna see. Maybe they have something.
Yeah, ask Bob.
Okay.
Ask Bob. Ask Bob's big boy. Because the customer is always right.
What was fascinating was then when we did another take, I assumed that he would repeat it. But Sean is so in the moment as an actor. And if in that moment he didn't get to that place again, he would never affect that ending. So he didn't do it again. And I said, cut, and I said, Sean, you got to do Ask Bob again. It's hilarious and it's wonderful. He said, really? Is it?
Jessie allows us to improvise. So a lot of things are coming out of improvisation. Is that a tape recorder?
Yeah.
Who's listening to this?
No, well, often it's necessary to...
Who are you really? Huh? And then working with the disabled guys, they're incredible at improvisation. They're so present.
What makes Sam a good father?
I think he's responsible, dependable. You can count on him.
You kind of put yourself in their reality in order to make it easy for them.
Brad was supposed to inquire whether or not Rita, the character Michelle plays, was wearing a Wonder Bra, and he felt that that would be offensive to David Kelly, and refused to.
He wouldn't do it. And I even went up to him. It was a very funny line, and he said, "Are you wearing a Wonder Bra?" And And then he says, because you look wonderful today. And it's really sweet. And I went and I talked to him and I said, you know, it's okay with me. I won't be offended. And he really did not want to say it. And so we didn't say it.
Brad, just speak how you feel about Michelle today. Don't worry about the lines. Just tell Michelle she looks great today. However you would do it, and ask her to lunch.
You look so elegant today. Would you like to go out for lunch with me?
Thank you. I've had lunch.
The thing I liked, especially about Michelle Pfeiffer's performance and about Rita, is that her phobias and her obsessive compulsiveness and need to be perfect and all of that is kind of the acceptable end of a disability.
Can I have the spinach omelet? Only egg whites, no fat, no oil, no butter, and extra mushrooms.
You take all of your own needs to be perfect, to, you know, not make a fool of yourself and all of those things that you know, sort of straitjacket us.
Is that the new janitor?
Oh, it's a case I'm helping out with. Sort of a pro bono thing. What's that supposed to mean?
A cracker went down the wrong pipe.
I think it takes a very brave actress to go, oh, that's interesting. How to begin there and find my way back to being a sympathetic character. And I think it both terrified Michelle and really excited her.
How do you do? I'm Sam.
Mr. Dawson, it's a pleasure.
She was so self-obsessed. It takes her 10 minutes into the scene to even realize that this man is mentally challenged in some way.
Can we get you something to drink?
Is it for free?
She lies, Rita. You know, she's kind of a pig liar.
I can't hear you. I'm in the car.
I sort of love that about her because I have this sort of incessant need to tell the truth. I remember somebody saying to me, why do you have to tell the truth all the time? And Rita just lies.
Maybe I must have misunderstood
I told you that when we first met.
You said you would be my lawyer?
Yes.
She's just gotten so trapped by her trappings.
Office. Dialing home. Office. Dialing home.
God damn it!
And so cut off from her heart.
You're going much faster than everybody else. I wonder if you noticed that because I noticed that.
Go!
People like that, they just got to keep moving because if they stay in one place for too long, God forbid, somebody should make them feel something. I worry that I've gotten more out of this relationship than you. I mean, all I had to do was just look at him and watch him and listen to him. And you just run the gamut of emotions with this character that he's created.